Hey, this is Mia. It is. Look how fat my chin is. It's like. Ooh. It's Oh my god, did it stop? What happened? It froze. Oh my god. What happened? Okay, let's get rid of the other video. So I have 104 and living in domestic violence shelter from yesterday. Let's post 204 and then 304 and get those off of there because the computer's gonna be full. I have about 15 minutes. Oh shoot, I need to charge this computer. So yesterday was 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a picture. Looks like I have. What did I say? 304 and 204. I'll say this one's. I'll just do this one. 304 and the other one's 204. I'll say 304. 304. Getting to why I left my ex-husband. What went wrong? In the relationship, I spelled. Sorry. Well, that's it. Okay. Relationship. What went wrong in the relationship? How did it get so bad? Why was I stuck? Okay. Go down to audience. No, it's not made for kids. I don't get monetized anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I would say public on this one. I look really tired. I can't believe how tired I am. So here is the conflict. To go to work outside the house and in a caregiving facility, or stay home and work for myself, and since October, I don't like this headband. It makes me look like crazy. It's cause this coat is so big. It's like so fat. It's like if you had something like, oh my god, no, it's just my face is fat. Oh my gosh. Remember that Cabbage Patch Kid? Like, in 4th grade. I don't even know if they had Cabbage Patch Kids when I was in 4th grade. I think they did. Cabbage Patch. I have like fat Cabbage Patch face. Oh my gosh, I just have to deal with it. Today is Wednesday. I did get my stimulus check. I'm like, hey, boo, I need to do my daughter's taxes, and my son does not qualify for anything because he was a dependent, but I did my tax 2018. He was a dependent, and he did not get, money because he was 17 in 2018. So they probably would have added the 2 years anyways. Even if he was 16, they would have still said 18. Actually, he was 16 in 2018. But I was like, oh, maybe they'll count it. I was like, but there's money in my account, and I'm like, that is not enough money for my rent. But it's close. So that's not going to be spent on anything. I haven't received any loan money for this incentive. I applied 2 weeks ago for government assistance. Was it 2 weeks ago? Because today's the 15th. Whatever, like, the first days were, I applied. I thought people were doing it March 31st. I don't know if I did it that early. And I applied for all 3 of my businesses. And some of the loan ones, they say $10,000 advance. And if you don't get the loan, but you have to do it for paychecks if you don't have 2.5. If you don't have, like, 5,000 or a little less than 5,000 payroll, you're going to only, like, if I only earned like 500 to myself, then it's like I applied for like $1,000. So it's supposed to be, if you got your loan denied, you're supposed to get that money as a grant. I have gotten nothing back from anyone except for denials from programs that have 250 people. So now I'm wondering what to do about that. Now I'm wondering what I should do about... Let's remove this. Remove from spam. Let's do that. I had this webinar I did, and a whole bunch of healthy, integrated health people, and I had got all these free gifts. I never even got any free. Everyone had a free gift or something, and you had to type in, sign up for their email. So I was getting like 15 newsletters a day. It was really annoying. It's not like once a month. I mean, that's how people get clients, or how they get business people to buy their classes and stuff, you know. Let's sell something on eBay. I have 20 minutes until I leave. Okay, so let's go to, it's like you have 31 cents in eBay cash. I'm like, I've had dollars before, I don't know, and I never got to use it. I don't know. Let's do selling. So what happens, so if I get a drug test today, what if I was around someone, like, I don't use anything, whether it's, like, a lot of people have prescribed cannabis, prescribed other medications. They can go run a UA on these people and be like, I have a literal prescription from my physician. It's on my label of my meds. But what if you're around someone that has that stuff in the air and you don't use anything? You haven't used anything in almost 20 years. Not even. And what if it did a UA and it turns out positive because I was around somebody in the past 28 days? That's my concern. Now, what does that mean? I'm scared. What does it also mean? I could run a dirty UA because I was around somebody else that uses this as their medicine, and it will be a blessing in disguise potentially. If I don't get a job because of it, it's going to look bad on my record to say, no, that person's never going to work here because they threw off a dirty UA. It's like, and it would be offensive to my recovery because I'm completely clean and sober. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. And that could save my life. That could prevent me from getting coronavirus. This stuff tears up your body. Even people with no symptoms. I feel like they're going to have these people that have no symptoms, and they're going to come back later and say, oh my God, your kidneys are destroyed, your heart is damaged. Like people that don't get treated for strep throat, like, oh, well, I don't have the fever and all this stuff. And then later on you see that between the virus and the antibodies and the immune system, you know, they were saying they were giving people AIDS, drugs, AIDS. They didn't use the word HIV, which I thought was weird. They were giving them AIDS drugs, and they were giving them, I don't know if they were giving them autoimmune support, like drugs, because the body was getting to where it was attacking. So there's different things that viruses and bacteria do that stay alive and make it, they don't want to kill the host right away. But if they could spread to as many people as they can kill a host. And adapt. So, for instance, with the E. coli from Jack in the Box, that boy died. I'm not positive about what happened with him getting antibiotics. The E. coli attacked him. He was sick, bacterial infection. And if you were giving that kid antibiotics, you have killed off the E. coli. However, it's almost like a whole bunch of trash cans full of toxins and cans of toxins, and you carry them out, and it's fine, but someone comes and sprays, and all the plastic gets demolished, and what's released is all the toxins. And that poison is what killed. It's like they had it contained inside the bacterial cell, and when you broke down and killed that bacteria, it released the toxins in the body, and the kid died. So sometimes it doesn't make sense, because you would think that your goal is to kill. So you have to be careful. You give antibiotics to people if they had any symptoms of E. coli. What is it, 0136? I forget which the number is. I think we're talking about zeros and letter O's. So we're gonna go to 2 of 4 for the video from yesterday. which is very short. So say 2 of 4 video on toxic relationship leading to living with toddlers and DV shelter. I feel like I have a fever. The issues were from the late 1990s to until 2004 and beyond. I'll say note. I am still digging myself out of a hole due to this relationship. The struggle is real. I don't even know why the thumbnail never gets... You used to be able to pick the thumbnail. Usually just picks it, like Rusty78609 said. Thumbnail usually picks the worst one where you're wiping your nose or some craziness. You drop something and you're like, ah! Okay, so publish this. This should be really, really short. So when that's done, yeah, it's already done. 3 minutes. I hear something. Okay. The battery is dying on here. We just turned the heat on. It's been off all night. It's like cold. Wonder why we can't get up. So let's... I'm like super nervous about deleting it. Okay. Let's go to Files. Downloads. And there's still videos from the day before, I think. I don't want to deal with it, but I have to. Let's go to Downloads and let's click on 2 videos from yesterday and delete them. Deleting things seems so permanent. So yeah, there's 2 videos from the 13th. And then today's, that's all I see. So I'll have to catch up. I'm kind of glad that they said to come into this interview at 10. Look how tacky I look. I'm like wearing this shirt I got at Free Pal. It smells like perfume. This sweater is a child size, large. It's like so tight. I put it on yesterday after it had been laundered and in the drawer and I forgot about it. I went to pull this thing off. I couldn't get it off. It was so tight around the arms. You know how embarrassing that? And then I was like going to sleep with these clothes on, trying to take them off, and I was just like, what's the point? Like, I'm just gonna get stuck. I'm too tired to be dealing with getting stuck with my hands behind my back. Let me see if I can open this without it spraying all over. If I can't pee, I have a UA. I've had that before. They have to sit there and freaking drink water. And you're like, I have somewhere to go. Like, I don't know. Just give them like a little spot. And let's look that up. So, oops. Oh, I'm thirsty. I had a stomach ache. I ate an orange and those almonds for breakfast, and I have a stomach ache. In DC, they have a raw food restaurant that I was eating at. And the last time I went, there was all kinds of dust and lint and hard things and something I didn't know if it was a rat turd or not, or like a piece of electrical. I don't know, it was like a black thing. I was trying not to scrutinize it. And I kept biting on all this hard stuff, and it was either like a rat nest fell out of the ceiling and onto the food. Someone dropped it and picked it up. Someone had a dirty pan that they stored it. I don't know what it is. Their food tastes good. It does cause my sinuses to swell, so there could be some contamination of food that they're not disclosing. Their almonds are not raw. I found out. They said it wasn't a big deal, but I don't like eating almonds. They had almond butter, so my food is not as good as theirs. I'm disappointed in myself. Excuse me. I'm disappointed. Let's say cannabis, THC, and UA near someone else. Secondhand smoke. A football fan smokes marijuana in a car. Let's see. Could secondhand pot smoke make you fail a marijuana test? That picture is really triggering. Many people assume that simply being around pot smokers isn't likely to result in trouble during a drug test, and that has been a general scientific consensus, but weed has gotten more potent. Scientists decided to investigate secondhand smoke from strong strains of cannabis could lead to positive results. So let me just skim it. This is Newsweek.com. Could secondhand pot smoke make you fail a marijuana test, with a dash in between every word. At the end, it's dash 278913. That's 278913. I'm sure you could just do Newsweek and secondhand pot smoke. Should pop up. So researchers paired several regular pot smokers and non-smokers and put them in a sealed compartment together for an hour while one smoked a joint containing a relatively strong strain of... Oh, I said I was going to read it to myself. So somebody's... I don't even understand. The scientists found urine levels of this metabolite surpass typically detectable levels. 50 nanogram per milliliter in only one experiment patient or participant. How many people? 12. They had to pee in a cup 13 times over the next 34 hours. This happened during a brief window, 4 to 6 hours after exposure. Using a more sensitive test, however, which is not usually employed in the workplace, scientists could detect blood THC levels above the 20 nanogram per milliliter in several participants in the hours after exposure. But these concentrations dipped below the threshold for all participants within 24 hours, according to the study. John Hopkins. The other one's 50. This one's 20. Positive tests are likely to be rare from secondhand smoke, limited to the hours immediately post-exposure. Yeah, what if you're around it when somebody used it 1 or 2 hours before you do a UA? Because they can't even go outside. And they're like, I don't have a problem. It's like, yeah, you don't have a problem because you freaking have a prescription for it. And you're not doing a UA. Like, you try to tell me that I'm crazy. Positive tests are likely to be rare from secondhand smoke, limited to the hours immediately post-exposure. That is not making me feel happy. Like sealing yourself in a car with several smokers for several hours and peeing in a cup shortly afterwards. When researchers ventilated this smoking chamber, this making the fumes less concentrated, urine levels of THC metabolite did not come close to reaching the 15 nanogram per millimeter threshold in any patient. No comments. One of my favorite things is comments, unless people are just being just rude and racist. And so that was good. That was Newsweek. Let me just read some of this. Let me skim through some of the headlines here. So Quest has a offer testing marijuana using urine oral fluid. Let's go to Healthline and Quest, and I'm gonna there's nothing I can do about it. This is a PharmD pharmacist wrote this name on Healthline named Zara Risoldi Cochran. Oh, sorry, it is reviewed by a PharmD MS FASCP on July 22nd, 2019. But it was written by Catherine Watson. They're not talking about concentrates, though, because concentrates is like almost pure THC. That's another thing. This was talking about leaves, flowers, stems, or seeds. Is there such thing as a contact high? This is a very common word in the 90s. After I wanted to be away from all this stuff, I did not want to go to concerts or shows or anything. So this study in 2015, 6 smokers and 6 non-smokers showed that the marijuana smoked in highly concentrated quantities could trigger a positive urine drug test among people who were simply exposed to smoke in an unventilated room. This might be the same test. However, ventilation during marijuana exposure, as well as how often exposures occur, were critical in what the drug test result could be found. I have to leave. I was thinking I had so much time. I was like, oh, I had like 45 minutes. Like, wait, I have to drive there. So did another study where they were smoking in a cafe, not an unventilated small room. And they didn't necessarily say small room, but closed unventilated room. So they did have positive blood in urine, but it wasn't enough to trigger a drug test. Okay. They're talking more about contact high. Sensation of marijuana high, smoking, that's the next read. Smoking edibles and vaping. Excuse me. So I want to go to Quest. This is a Employer Solutions blog from 2018, November 1st. And the top says Quest Diagnostics Employer Solutions blog. So it says blog.employersolution.com/ask the expert secondhand marijuana smoke, all with dashes in between the words with another. Is that a front or a back slash? I can't remember. The one under the question mark. Can you fail a drug test to secondhand smoke? CDC states that the secondhand smoke does not contain delta 9 tetra or THC. Delta 9 THC is a chemical. So that's why I don't understand. With CDC try to say the smoke doesn't contain that, but these other people turn positive for THC. There's no published peer-reviewed study, so that's why they're not saying that it is, because nobody did a peer-reviewed study. I could do a study all day on 10,000 people in this area, and if it's not peer-reviewed, it's not going to be looked at peer-reviewed, even though my data and my results are published or written clearly show that I did everything clean, no bias, no fake, no lie, you know what I mean? They said it's unlike, this is still smoke and not vape concentrated. So they have, Quest has marijuana, urine, oral fluid, hair specimen. Compared to urine, oral fluid demonstrates higher positivity rates for almost all drugs. I've never even heard of an oral fluid drug test. And more than twice the positive rates for marijuana. It's important to select a test type and cut off that will effectively screen for the drug. Drug testing savings. I hear somebody out there. I gotta go right now. Drug testing savings calculator. I want a blog. So I'm gonna go to the interview with my backpack. I'm just gonna bring in my purse and my envelope that has the checkbook and my social security card, and that's gonna be about it. Probably do that UA. I didn't fill out any paperwork for let me look out the window though. Make sure I don't forget my phone. There's a toaster oven on top of the toilet, so I gotta move that so I can go to the bathroom. Already brushed my teeth. I haven't eaten anything. Let's see. I don't like always doing this because it's like a work truck. So there's a work truck blocking the driveway. I gotta leave too, dude. There is a truck blocking the driveway. So I better go. I turned his food off. It's gonna be off for an hour. I don't like leaving crock pots on. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get out of here. I will be probably 15 minutes early unless I have to deal with asking someone to move this truck out of this. I can't. There's a driveway with a circle and somebody's blocking it, and I'm like, how the heck am I supposed? Like, there's 4 cars here and you're blocking all 4 of them. Annoying. Like, and I will do the. I need to do billing, and I want to do a couple other things on video. Go through these 3 boxes here are all lab stuff. I didn't have room in a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath closets, hall closets with an office building. I didn't have room for my eBay store and my medical clinic and all that, but I certainly don't have room in this small place. There's not a closet. There's no storage. There's no cabinet. We have a small fridge and a bed and a dresser with a TV, and then all this clutter, furniture, and these clothing racks, which is double. Peace, guys.